What you manifest in your mind, you can bring to reality.
The Hearth House in La Mesa, California, on the corner of Fletcher Parkway and Jackson Drive. I used to work at Costco down the street, and that was kind of the first bar when I moved to San Diego that I went with my girlfriend at the time and my roommate. And I remember going there and just being like, this is going to be the spot. When I first walked in there, just a shitty hole-in-the-wall bar, had some pool tables, had cheap drinks, Jack and Coke. To this day, Jack Daniels, the smell of Jack Daniels reminds me of the Hearth House, reminds me of going up to the bar and asking the bartender, asking Cookie to give me a Jack and Coke, because Jack and Coke was my drink of choice. Had very, very many Jack and Cokes at that bar. I lived in San Diego for 13 years, and for all of those 13 years, the Hearth House was pretty much my favorite place to go. They had pool tables, just shitty pool tables. On Sundays was free pool night. You could go in and you could just play pool as much as you want for free and get, drinks. $5 for Jack and Coke at the time. I think they were actually $4, and then I would always just give $1 tip, so it was $5. And played pool so much there, so many times, going to work with my coworkers and shooting pool, getting wasted. Played a lot of pool. Had my own pool cue that I would take a lot of the time to go play there. Met up with many years later. Met up with J.R. Steiner for the first time. He went to go. Who's done many T-shirts. He prints T-shirts. He prints a lot of different things. Prints everything with JR Customs. Go check him out. But he came out to San Diego one year while I was still living there, and we met up at the bar. Probably not the best place to meet up and have a conversation. I never really sat at the bar while I was there. I'd always, like if I got there early waiting for people, I'd have a drink, have a couple drinks, and just kind of pop a squat on one of the side tables waiting for my friends to show up, maybe go play a few games of pool by myself. There was a time, took a bunch of different dates to the Hearth House. One date in particular I went, it was kind of middle of the day. We went, and there was a tournament going on, so they asked me to fill in because one of their people did not show up. And while I was playing, my date, who I worked with at the time, she literally, we were there for a while getting toasted, middle of the day, kind of toasted, and she decides that she was going to go run down the street to where we both worked at Costco and go hang out with people at work for some reason. So she literally just left the date, ran away, and I never saw. Well, I saw her again, but I didn't see her again that day. She pretty much just ditched me on a date while I was playing with these older people in this tournament. And the whole time, I'm doing okay. I'm not lighting it up, but I'm doing okay. I'm doing good. I'm holding my own in this tournament. And the whole time they're asking me, so what happened to your date? Where did she go? It's like, I don't know, man. I clearly just had a date, literally run away from me on a date. There's another time where I went to the Hearth House to play by myself, just to go play some pickup pool, basically. I loved playing pool. And there was a day I went to go play, and, you throw quarters down by the cushion saying I got next, very similar to the etiquette of video game, playing pickup video games, as it were. And there was this guy there on a date with his girlfriend, and he's like the biggest douchebag ever, thinking he's Tom Cruise from Color of Money or some shit. And he wants to bet me. It's like, loser buys drinks or whatever. I think we had one game before that, and it was a close game. Maybe he won. I don't remember. But he wanted to start betting me drinks. And I destroyed him. I completely destroyed him. Didn't run the table necessarily, but yeah, just embarrassed the fuck out of him. He thought he was going to show off in front of his girlfriend. And not only did I beat this asshole in front of his girlfriend, This guy was so arrogant, thinking he was going to beat me, that he didn't even have money to buy me a drink. He had to have his girlfriend. I watched this all happen. I beat him, right? I beat him. Time for my Jack and Coke, bitch. He goes over to his girlfriend that's sitting over at the bar, and they're having a discussion. They're going like, why did you, like, clearly pissed off that he bet me and I destroyed him in pool. So instead of buying me a drink, he had his girlfriend go over around the corner to the bar and flirt with another guy at the bar for him to buy her a drink. And then she brought the drink over to me. And that is the night that I got roofied. No, I didn't get roofied, but I could have. I definitely got, I think I won again, and he bought me a drink, or he had his girlfriend get me a drink. By far, one of the biggest moments of my life to win a pool game, a game of billiards. I don't remember if we were playing 8-ball or 9-ball, and having his girlfriend, having to like pimp out his girlfriend to get me a drink. So fun. There was another time I went there on Valentine's Day with a bunch of friends, bunch of different group of friends, and there was, playing pickup pool. And like, I always knew I was getting better. I would always get better the more I had to like hang on to the pool table to like, as I walked around it, because I would be so, just wasted. And I was playing pool against this guy who's really good, and he basically ran the table up until like one ball before the end. Like we were playing 8-ball, and I think he had one more ball left before the 8-ball, and he missed. So I fucking ran the whole. I think he like broke, and I ran the table on this guy. Right, I ran the table. I'm down to literally the last fucking shot. Easy shot, a mid table, shooting the 8-ball into a side pocket. Right, pretty fucking easy shot. Don't have to jump the ball. Didn't have to do any trick shots, which I did enjoy doing on those tables. I got to really get the feel for how the tables played. And I was so nervous. My heart was beating. I was wasted. My heart was racing, thumping really hard. My hands shaking. Couldn't get. And I accidentally scooped the cue ball. It goes flying over my ball, and I scratch on the 8-ball. I fucking almost destroy this guy, and I end up winning it for him in the end. Very disappointed in that particular game of pool. Since going to the place, they've, it's probably been like 6-7 years since they remodeled it, made it look super nice. I don't know if they redid the pool tables, but they, redid the floors. They just really made it look super nice. The history of that place, from what I was told, I don't know if it's real, that the Hearth House used to be a strip club. And the way it's kind of set up, there was like, you walk in, and then there's the bar, and then over to the right, there's the kitchen, which they had amazing. I would go there with my friend Justin, and we would get $10 steaks and drink Jack and Cokes and play pool. So they had a little kitchen there, and then they had a back room that was never open, but when they remodeled, that was like a giant fireplace, which is, the name of the Hearth House. The Hearth was there with some kind of like an eating area, which they finally opened up during the remodel. And then to the left, when you walk in, there was a few games, a jukebox that I love playing, and then the 3 pool tables, and then like I think they had the Addams Family pinball game for a long time. But there was like a partition wall, and then there was another pool table on the other side of that wall with the dartboard, and that far pool table was kind of the spot because it was far away from everything. And I just love the Hearth House. If you're in La Mesa, if you're in San Diego, and you want to check out my favorite bar in the world, go to the Hearth House. If Cookie is still working there, which I would not be surprised if he is, tell him that Ray sent you, the guy that used to have a mohawk that would go in there and play pool and wreck shop all the time. Maybe he'll hook you up. I don't know. But I love that place, and I want to go back and visit. Just another reason to go back to San Diego. But that's it. That's it for this episode of my love for the Hearth House in La Mesa, California. Go check it out. New episodes of this show come out daily. Subscribe on IGTV and everywhere else podcasts are found. Binge the full week in advance over at patreon.com/inspireddisorder. Inspireddisorder.com for all of my original artwork. At Ray Taylor for me on all social media. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Peace out!